Hi, this is Collar from the Complete Trading Education. In today's video analysis, I'm going to go over 4 potentially good trades in the euro. So we have 4 euro pairs. The first one is the euro against the US dollar. The next one is the euro against the pound. The next one is the euro against the Japanese yen. And the last one is the euro against the New Zealand dollar. So these look like good potential trades in the near future. So the first Forex pair I'm going to go through is the euro against the US dollar. So we look at the monthly chart first, and we see that since the beginning of 2007, price has been heading in the upwards direction. But prior to that, we saw a period of consolidation. So price was just going up, down, up, down. Finally, we've had a breakout above this area of resistance, and if this area can hold, then we could potentially see continuation to the upside. So if we look at the weekly chart now, the weekly chart price is above the weekly 200 moving average, which is a good sign to go to start buying, and also the bars are green, so giving it bias that it should continue in the upwards direction. So let's look at the daily chart now. On the daily chart, price is above the 200 moving average, and again the bars are green, so we're showing signs of upwards movement on the monthly chart, the weekly chart, and the daily chart. So we could potentially start buying this soon. The only thing I would watch out for is this 1.2 round number. So we want price to actually continue above that number because it's a strong psychological area. As you can see, previously price came to that point and it dipped down, so we want to make sure that price is strong enough to stay above that figure. So what I'm waiting for now is a breakout above this high. That will give me strong reason to actually start buying the euro against the dollar. Also want to mention, if we look at the weekly chart, and if I just draw a line here, if I draw a line, this is the resistance of the consolidation. So now that price, I wanted to wait for price to break above that area. Now that price has actually broken above that area, it came down to bounce, use it as support, and now it's continue higher. So now, as long as price can stay above this area and also the 1.2 round number, then I will definitely look to buy this in the near future. The next one I'm going to look at is the euro against the pound. If we look at the monthly chart, we can see that price has been heading in upwards direction since around about July 2015. It moves up nicely, then we saw this deep pullback, and then from April 2017 we saw another nice move up. This is a more complicated one to trade because we have strong areas of resistance in the way. So we have this one here and also this one here. So although we are heading in upwards direction, we have strong areas of resistance in the way. So we want to look for a Forex pair which has the least areas of resistance. So if price can actually break through these areas, then I'll start buying above here and also above the 1.0 major figure. So I need all these areas to go through before actually buying the euro pound. So comparing this to the euro dollar looks a lot better because we have less areas of resistance in the way. This one is a harder one to actually trade. So let's go on to the next euro pair, the euro against the Japanese yen. If we look at the monthly chart, see that it's not the best looking chart, but since 2016 June, price has been heading in the upwards direction, so I could potentially see more movement to the upside. We don't really have much resistance in the way apart from around about this area and about these areas here and here, but there is some room to make profit before that point. If we look at the weekly charts now, weekly charts showing that we are below the 200 moving average, but the bars are green, so we still need to wait for price to go above the 200 moving average. As you can see, this average is being used as resistance at the moment, so as long as price can break through that area, then we could potentially start buying. Let's look at the daily chart now. The daily chart looking more promising. we are above the 200 moving average, and the bars are green, meaning that we can buy. But as I mentioned on the weekly chart, the 200 moving average is around here, so we still need that area to break. As you can see, it's failed 1, 2, 3 times, so that's a strong area of resistance. So knowing that, you will know actually not to get into this forex pair at the moment. Just wait for a break. Go back to the weekly chart. Wait for a break. Once price can continue above here, then we can start looking to buy the euro against the yen. The last one I'm going to look at is the euro against the New Zealand dollar. If we look at the monthly chart first, see that price has been heading up since February 2017. In August we saw a nice move up, so September we want to see a continuation of that nice move. So let's look at the weekly chart. Price is above the weekly 200 moving average, and the bars are green, giving us signs that we can actually start buying. But let's look at the daily chart to confirm this. On the daily chart, price is above the 200 moving average, and the bars are also green, so this is a nice sign that we can actually start buying the euro against the New Zealand dollar. So we just have to wait for a breakout before taking a trade. So I would want to wait for price to break above here. That will help me confirm that the buyers are in control over the sellers. If we look at the weekly chart again, there are some areas of resistance on the weekly chart, like for example here. If we just draw a line here, so if we look at this point here, so from this resistance, it's being used as resistance again there. So as price is approaching this area, it could potentially be used as resistance one more time. So again, this, if you do trade this, then be mindful that price may have trouble breaking through this point. Even if it does get through this point, the next area of resistance will be this point here. So just be mindful that there are strong areas of resistance. Again, just going back to the euro against the dollar, this one looks like the better opportunity of them all, because we don't really have much areas of resistance in a way. We do potentially have these areas here. However, if price does break out, then it should go above this area anyway. So let me just quickly draw a line to make it more clearer. So at the moment, price just needs to, once price breaks above this high I mentioned on the daily chart, it's going to be above this area anyway, so that will give me more reason to buy. So the next area of resistance will be all the way up here. So out of the euros, I would want to trade the euro dollar, because that one is potentially going to give me more profit in the long term.
Hit the subscribe button below and have full access to all my trading videos as soon as they are available.